We are so excited about this one because we say it all the time.
Don't we? Oh my gosh, every single yoga class probably we say, let your head follow your heart.
Right.
And it's such a big, it's interesting because the other day my teacher said it a couple of times in class.
Yeah.
And it really made me realise, A, that I say it a lot in class, and B, that, and this is a bit of a personal story, that I'm not very good at letting my head follow my heart.
Right, shall we investigate that a little more, team? Radio?
No, I don't think we need to.
Okay, we'll save that for another day.
But it's just interesting, I guess, in terms of, well, and we've talked about this previously, right?
Yeah.
I'm a head person, you're a head person, and the practice of yoga has brought us into our bodies and brought us into our hearts and opened our hearts.
Absolutely. That is the key, or the key that's unlocked my life really, is by allowing my heart to be part of this whole experience.
Absolutely.
Because really often we chop ourselves off at our necks. In fact, we maybe chop ourselves off at our eyebrows and kind of go, this is the most important part of me up here. But actually living in your body, having a heartfelt experience of life is what it's all about.
Absolutely. And the reason that we close off our hearts and is because, and block our hearts, is that we've had some emotional trauma, or there's something that's broken our heart, and we want to heal our broken hearts. And I remember reading this beautiful poem where, I'm going to get it wrong now, but something about let this break me open. You know, like, so, and the healing our broken heart is about being broken open. So when something happens to our heart, we close it down and we protect it. Quite often we see this in yoga. Most people are walking around like this. And yes, part of it is because of the computer screens and the mobile phones, but a lot of it is protecting because they've suffered some kind of emotional trauma to their heart that they're closing it down. So we try to let the head and the heart come into alignment. So we're not talking about, when we say let the head follow the heart, that the head's totally out of the picture. The head and the heart need to come into alignment and be synced up, so that they're working in unison, and the heart actually has a voice.
That's right, because you're activating those feelings of love and connectedness, aren't you, through your heart?
Yes.
So it's not as if you're simply being ruled by practicality and facts or whatever else your head's talking about, because often your head is your ego and you're talking about the past or the future. Yeah. But the heart allows you to actually be here in the moment. Whatever's happening here is perfect.
Yes, exactly. And then when you've got your head and your heart in alignment and talking to each other, versus one ruling, then it's safe, because the head's job is to keep you safe and the heart's job is to grow you. So it's safe to grow when your head has trusts your heart and your heart trusts your head.
That's
and they're
right.
working in aligned wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about some yoga poses because there's some really broadening through the heart, and I mean, I used to, camel was one.
Yes.
So camel is you're on your knees, you're reaching up to the sky, and then you're allowing yourself to come into this back bend.
Yeah.
I always used to feel quite nauseous. It used to be really a really strong internal feeling of that opening.
Yeah. And if you can see, like me moving into the upper part of camel, like I'm lengthening through the side of the body, taking the head of my arm bones back, and then my head and my heart are moving together, but my heart is leading the movement. My head's not leading the movement.
That's right.
You notice that if my head leads the movement, I get out of sync and I lose my voice. I can't talk properly. But if I do the integrated and my heart leads, then guess what? My voice stays the same.
That's right. That's right.
And it's that authentic expression of who you are.
Oh, I know. And it's just so good. And it's not, when you're talking about the heart, people kind of get all mushy about it, but that's kind of a romantic love, isn't it? That's that, it's probably been a commercialized kind of love, isn't it? Whereas this is an authentic love, and as you said, the heart's there to grow you as a person, and your connections with people, connections with yourself.
Expand your life. And so that the heart chakra, like, so through the practice of yoga, we're opening and touching and working into the chakras, and I'm sure one day you and I will talk about each of the chakras and Thankful Thursdays. But so we are working to open the heart chakra along with all the other ones, and remove the blockages in the heart, so that we do feel safe to really live a heart-centered life.
Yeah, because it's sort of an energy centre, isn't it? If you block that off, you've just not got any, you don't have the ability to step out into the world and be receptive to whatever's going on, and people are receptive back. But you have to be able to use that energy of the heart to be in that space, don't you?
Yeah, well, to create deep connection with other people, this heart has to be open.
So yes, so we are in, we're probably in quite an individualistic kind of world often, and that's connected to our phones or our laptops or our computers or our desks or driving or whatever else. But they're quite individualistic things, aren't they? So that's that protective.
Yeah, it's
movement.
The unconscious. We're closing everything down.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but to let your head follow your heart, you're opening up and allowing that energy to actually flow head to head. I pointed to my heart. Heart to head. Head to heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it moves together, doesn't it? Like, it's a two-way street of communication between the two, yeah?
That's right. And so actually doing yoga is quite good for that, isn't it?
It is.
Because it happens just naturally in some of the poses that you do. So you don't even have to think, oh, today I have to, align my head with my heart. You can just do some yoga.
Yes.
What would you suggest?
What would I suggest? Well, actually, I was just thinking about it. On our YouTube channel, there is a Let Your Head Follow the Heart class.
Oh,
there
okay.
You go. So I would suggest you do that class. But
so search for that. It won't be hard to find on our channel.
No, it won't be. But I would suggest doing, and it's funny because we're talking about letting your head follow your heart, and I'm going to say start with standing poses. Like, if you're going to choose some yoga poses, start with the standing poses, because we need to create the grounding and the connection to earth to make it safe for the upper body to be fully open. Right. So we anchor and we ground, and then we open. So that's what I would suggest. So
even something that we think is simple, like Tadasana or standing mountain pose, just being able to stand with your hands open, solidly on the ground, is a great start.
Absolutely. And then if you want to take it from hands open, palms facing out, roll the head of the arm bones back, get the shoulder blades together on the back, then you could even clasp your hands at your sacrum, lengthen through the side of your body, and start to lift your heart and broaden across the collarbones here to really start kind of getting that feeling of openness.
That's right, and that's something even you can do just at your office desk or wherever you're sitting, because I could see that worked really well just as a seated position too, didn't it?
It did. And I've seen, when I studied body psychotherapy, one of the therapeutic techniques that we were taught was to have people get grounded in their legs, stand in front of a full-length mirror, and then boldly support them to open, take the head of their arm bones back and broaden across the collarbones, take their ears back, just like we teach in yoga, and look at themselves in the mirror in this open and receptive state. And that was enough for some people, because once they get grounded and once they start opening their heart, you felt nausea. Some people you're removing the trauma that's blocking your heart. And
then you're open to receive love.
Yes.
You're ready to be part of whatever world you want to be part of, because you can, connect more deeply with your family or with your partner, or connect even with work colleagues, just whatever you're into, you're open and available then, aren't you?
Yes,
that
absolutely.
Heart energy is really flowing.
Yes, absolutely. The other thing is a guided love meditation. So,
wow! Where would I find one of those, do you think?
Well, we do have, I think there's 2 guided love meditations on our Yoga to Transform Love course that we sell on our website.
Perfect.
Exactly. And the first one is the love yourself.
Yeah.
So it's about creating and building self-love, and then the next one is about opening to all kinds of love. So I know we've kind of shifted it, let your head follow your heart, into like actually just open your heart, remove the heart blockages, and learn to love yourself and be open to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then that's the, if your heart's closed, it's not sending any information to your head, though, is it?
No.
So that's the thing about being able to, live a heart-filled or a love-filled life, because then you've got some direction that can be provided to your brain.
Yes, absolutely. Because the brain will keep you safe. Yeah,
which it needs to do. That's its job.
Exactly.
I think we said that before, haven't we?
We have. The brain loves to keep you safe. It's its job, and the heart needs to grow you and grow your connections and grow your experience of life and move you out of the comfort zone. Because the Latin word for heart is cor, C-O-R, which is also the root word for courage, right?
Okay, so
courage is a quality of the heart.
That's right.
So courage from the heart moves into the brain, and the heart then gives you the wisdom and okay, we can do that, but we'll have to be careful about, let's not quit our job just yet. Let's do these practical things.
Right.
So when you've got the head and the heart working in unison, then you have a much more cohesive life.
That's right, and you're going to be, I suppose, a little more fulfilled by your life, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Because it is more in alignment, and I suppose that's one of the alignments that we talk about. Is the heart and the head alignment, so that you're not working at a job you hate when you really want to be doing something or other else. If you're working on a job that you hate, and maybe it doesn't feel right with your heart, maybe it's time to change something else.
Exactly. And then the head goes, yes, let's make the change, and let's do it in a practical way.
Yeah, because actually you do still need to pay the mortgage or your rent or buy food or whatever else you need the money for, so you can't just, that's right, whatever it was, you have to do it in alignment.
Yes, absolutely.
Let the head follow the heart.
You'll never be led astray.
You'll never be led astray.
Yeah. So it's one way of activating more love in your life, and falling in love with yourself. And falling in love with your life when the head and the heart are both open and talking to each other.
What a great thing to happen. And for both of us, it happened through yoga.
Absolutely.
As we started, that really the idea of having your head and heart working together happens through practicing moving your body. Absolutely.
There you go. Let your head follow your heart.
Do some more yoga.
Absolutely. Namaste.
Namaste.